All right, we're live. Excellent. Gonna give people a minute or so to hop on here. You guys are gonna want to check this one out. I just had to shave. Okay, we're going. All right, you guys, if you're interested in this, you can check it out later. All right, welcome everybody. Jerry here with you again, and we had some powerful shit happen last night in our Fit Dad Challenge group, and I thought it was something worthy of sharing with everybody. A little moment of vulnerability here is, like, for me, personal challenges that I've been going through lately, especially professionally, is I don't know how to market and brand myself. I don't know how to niche. I'm not interested in niching. That's the thing. I'm not interested in talking about the same damn thing all the time. And, that doesn't help me. I understand that. But one thing that really provided a lot of relief and clarity for me was I'm going through this book right now called Gene Keys. And in this book, Gene Keys, it talks about a whole bunch of different stuff. But the thing that really is relative to my particular situation is it talks about the 16th, the 16th land or something like that, the 16th gene key. And it's talk about being in the energy of gift. And when you are in the energy of gift, you are not overly identified with one aspect of your identity or one aspect of what you do. And in fact, you're not identified with any of it. And when you are in that energy, you see things in a holistic, integral way, and you help in a holistic and integral way. And I thought, oh man, whew, that hit so hard. As you know, guys, I've spent the last 10 years immersing myself in studying. I mean, we study the physical therapy books, we study kinesiology books, we study the psyche, we study Dr. Jung, we study all these things. And for some, it's just really hard to believe that anybody who doesn't go to college or doesn't have a doctorate can be effective in helping people in these different areas. And maybe that's true, but I can't discount the results and the results and the co-created plans that I've been a part of with my wonderful clients, and how it's really all over the board. I mean, we're talking about professional athletes getting ready for fights and having the best weight cut they've ever had, people that have had surgeries and physical therapy and have never experienced what they would call relief or the pain-free zone, and getting them there in a matter of weeks. It just blows my mind. People getting off antidepressants, getting out of the rheumatologist's office, just all these things, you name it, all these different ailments that we've been able to root cause source and alleviate and relieve, or outright, dare I say, heal. So as you can imagine, when those are your interests and that's what you love to do, it's really hard for a guy like me to market, brand himself, to niche in a specific niche. And so that all boils down to why do you do anything that you do? Why am I so stubborn when it comes to niching? Why am I so stubborn when it comes to talking about the same thing all the time so people don't get lost? And it's, from what I understand now, it's just being in that energy of the gift. And I can honestly say right now, the reason why my personal rehabilitations, whether it be in the mind, the body, or the soul, why they finally worked and why they finally stuck for the better part of 10 years, and why I'm able to share that with people, is because my motives changed. When we're in the self-improvement process, we have one or two motives. Generally, it all boils down to something. Why are you doing it? Well, I want to look better. I want to feel better. But why? And to be honest, some people don't have much deeper than that. That's as deep as it goes. And that's where the work really needs to happen, because you need to tune into something that you love. And when you tune into something that you love, you can say, do I love myself that much as well? Or why would I love something else and not love myself? So that's when the real work begins, because the danger in the self-improvement process is that it can turn into a checklist. It can just turn into a daily checklist. I got to wake up, set my intentions. Then I got to do my breathing. Then I got to do my mini meditation. Then I got to move. Then I got to do the cold shower. Then I got to go exercise. Then I got to do sauna. And hint, if you are saying gotta, that's a good indicator. Okay. And so we'll lay there in bed at night and we'll go over our day. We'll do our reflections practice, which is also on the self-improvement checklist. And we'll say, crap, I missed that. I can't miss that tomorrow. And it becomes a chore. It becomes a game. So if you find yourself in a similar situation where it becomes a checklist for you, and through the self-improvement process, you find yourself thinking and believing that you can't, you don't know, you're not enough, you're not worth feeling good, then maybe the impetus to your start can be revisited. And what I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you start the self-improvement process because you don't currently love or like yourself, and you believe that when you get to a certain point, whether it be your weight, your energy level, getting rid of pain in the body, that one's more tied like to survival. But if you honestly believe that when you get there, you will finally love yourself, then you got to ask yourself, what are you withholding from yourself love-wise now and why? And this ties in with acceptance. So if we believe that we will love ourselves and accept ourselves when we get to a certain state, and to get to that state, I got to have a daily checklist. And I'm going to follow, Andrew Huberman, and I'm going to watch Joe Rogan podcast. And, maybe I'm going to listen to Jerry in this Facebook group. And then then I'll get there. I lose that 30 pounds. I'm going to get there. Then I will love and accept myself. Back it up. Accept yourself right now for who you are and where you're at, with a heavy dose of self-love. That doesn't mean that, if, heaven forbid you're nearing obesity range or something like that. And, but let's say you are, let's say you're obese and you don't love yourself because you're obese. Are you really accepting that you're obese and that there's a possibility for you to change that? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean accepting obesity and hanging on to obesity and staying obese for the rest of your life. What that means is accepting that you are obese right now and you're still lovable as an obese person. And because you love yourself, you can make those changes. So just that mental dynamic, just that realization right there will change the whole entire game and your outcome and the process. Because it is the process that matters. It is the process in which you experience the wins. You don't have to wait for a year down the road, 6 months down the road to experience a win. The very first time you step foot in the gym, when you hadn't been in the gym for a long time, you've won. But if we think it's a checklist game, if we think we have to get to a certain point to finally love and accept ourselves, well, when we go to the gym, then, maybe we can't do the workout as prescribed because we don't have the equipment, or it's too busy, you name it, fill in the blank. Then we're letting something getting in the way of our path because we believe that we're not acceptable and lovable as we are now. It's a powerful dynamic. And if you don't love yourself, you got to ask yourself why. What is love? What is an acceptable state of love? And who programmed that in me? Where did I get that? Quick, easy exercise. Not to get too deep on you guys, but if you're not ready for this, don't do it. Just write down on a piece of paper top 5 things about your mother and your father that are positive. Top 5 things about your mother and father that are negative, what you would call negative, based on your own current assessment level of what is lovable. And then with someone that you trust, go through that list and say, how many of those do I embody? And you can begin to take a look at why you might not love yourself. Now, I'm not saying, there's another level here, is just because you have some of those quote unquote negative traits of your parents, that doesn't make you unlovable. But maybe you've been taught that part about you makes you unlovable. And if it was from a parent, you got a pretty good indicator of what they don't like about themselves. We're taught to not love ourselves. We're taught to not accept ourselves. It's not something we're born with. And we go to, the buzzword inner child. The inner child within us does not know what it's like to not love. The inner child within us does not know what it's like to not want to be curious and playful. So for any of you that are withholding love for yourself, acceptance for yourself, and not taking action currently, maybe just take a look at that. Maybe it is your deep-seated motive. Maybe your soul just knows that if you were to take action now, you already don't love and accept yourself. So, when you lose 10 pounds, you're going to be like, I should have lost 15. When you lose 15, you're going to be like, I should have lost 20. When you go to the gym for 40 minutes, you should have been, I should have been there for an hour, but I couldn't. I'm too tired. Give yourself the credit. Acceptance, and love. Acceptance and love, acceptance and love. Accept where you're at. Know that you can do better. Know that even if you don't do what you think you need to do for the day, you don't get that checklist done. That checklist doesn't mean really squat. It doesn't. Those are just tools for you to feel optimal. Those are tools to get you out of certain states of anxiety or a certain weight or a certain level of physical fitness. And while you will achieve that goal, you will reach that landmark, you don't know right now what that process is going to ultimately look like. So if you're not already, I support you in the process of learning the value of accepting where you're at, always through the process, and loving yourself enough to do your very best, because you are. You're doing your very best, even on your worst day. You're doing the best you can on that day. We all have defenses. We all have sabotage behavior. We all have blind spots and shadows, and you're no different. And we do our very best. We navigate the world with all of those in play within us. All right. I don't have a lot else for you guys. I hope you find value in that, and I hope it resonates with you. And if you need to talk more, feel free to DM me at any time. Leave a comment down below. Whatever you need, we're here for you. And if you're interested in the next Fit Dad Challenge, let me know. I'll get you on the list. All right, guys. Thanks to several of you who tuned in, and I appreciate it. Peace, much love, and live well. Oh, forgot. Filming a podcast today with a spiritual coach. His name is Tobias Marquette. You can find him on TikTok. He's got like 130,000 followers. The guy is pretty interesting. He does astrology, but he's so much more than that. He coaches health, coaches mindset. He does all sorts of things. But we're filming that here in about a half hour. I'm excited. That should be getting released this weekend. I would like to make some clips for you guys to kind of give you a pre-funk, so to speak, on what we're going to be talking about. But I'm really excited about this. We got some topics we're going to delve into. And to be honest with you, I got a lot of people telling me, don't talk about this stuff. It's too deep for people. It scares them away. But I give you guys more credit than that. I don't think it's the truth. Even if it sparks something within you that you're not ready for, you will be ready for it eventually. And the truth is the truth, and you can't hide the truth. And I'm happy to share the truth with you. All right, guys. Appreciate it. All love and support as always. Peace, much love, and live well.